All right. Good morning, everyone. Very excited today to have our special guest, Mr. CJ Peters, here with us today. And it's my goal to bring on top leaders of the Healy community so you can get to know them, whether we're all one happy Healy family, but just to get to know them and how they're having the success that they're having and seeing the dedication in their eyes as they continue to build their Healy business out there. And from each of these calls, I hope that you guys get a nugget of good information here on how to really help get the message of Healy out to the world. So CJ, thank you for being here with us. How are you doing?
No, the pleasure is all mine and the honor is all mine. Thank you for inviting me on this call, so I'm honored.
Yes, thank you. I know you've been having some Zoom calls here with just humongous teams here in the United States and abroad. And one thing that really drew me, CJ, to want to work with you, even though we're cross lines, is you have an amazing internet presence. You do really good with your social media. So we kind of bounce ideas. I see us kind of sharing similar things out there and stuff. And that's a great way to build your business. Would you say that's one of the top ways that you build your business? I see you flying all over the world right now.
Yeah, well, I think if you don't use social media, you leave money on the table right now.
Right.
Because social media is the place to be. But I also think that social media is not holy. So what I see, excuse me, is that that you have to find a certain mix between the online and the offline world. And I always say usually 70% online, 30% offline, because you can gather a group of people relatively quickly online. That's doable. But keeping that group together is a challenge. So that's why you need that offline part as well, where you can build that cohesion with people. Where you, well, I'm not talking about COVID right now, but where we can shake each other's hand, where we can see each other, where we can talk to each other, face to face, see each other in the eye, maybe go out for dinner or whatever. So that's a very important element to me as well. And I feel that some people overlook that element. So they do everything online. And to me, I feel there should be a good balance between the online and the offline world.
Well, Stephanie, that's really important, even though we've gone to such a virtual, here we are on a Zoom meeting and stuff, but it's really special also to be in a room of people that are using the Healy, like 100 people using the Healy. That was quite an experience I have witnessed over in Florida. You've been traveling all over the world here, especially Europe. And I want to say congratulations for you hitting vice president already.
Yeah.
Vice president already. That's so it goes vice president. And what's the next rank up from there?
Senior vice president.
And that's the highest. Is that correct?
No. Then we have vice president. Then we have president and senior president. So 3 ranks to go.
3 ranks to go. And so you were able to. How long have you been with Healy then for? I mean, you're moving up quick.
18 months right now.
18 months. Very, very good. So here I am. I'm trying to get to director right now. What information, what advice do you have for people that are trying to rank advance? I'm trying to analyze my back office, really understand where our leaders are, identifying for those leaders and work more closely with those is kind of where I'm going this month as I work on rank advancing.
Yeah, well, the back office is a little bit of a challenge, as we all know, to get the information out that you need or want. But as I try to teach my teams, is basically get everybody focused on becoming builder. Okay. Because builder is a key position right now. It's the 2nd rank in our compensation plan, but it's very important to hit builder because it will allow you to get paid out on the dual bonus and the matching bonus. So if you don't become builder in a month, you don't get paid on the dual bonus and the matching bonus, and that would be a shame. So I developed a system where we say, create builders, because if you create an army of builders, they will push you up in the ranks anyway.
Right.
And that's how you can stack the positions on one to the other. So first from builder, team leader, then senior team leader, manager, senior manager, director. You go up in that ranks, not because you do huge amount of volumes yourself, but because you're building an army of people that are all qualifying for builders. So that's a doable activity for everybody because, introduce 2 people, 1 left, 1 right, total volume 600 points in a month. That's very doable for everybody who's willing to be active. But if I get a lot of people doing that, then you will be pushed in your rank up. So I have developed a small system for that to help the people focus on that, becoming a builder, and then push yourself up into the ranks.
Do you have that in a PowerPoint presentation at all? Like something
Yeah.
simple that you want to share at all here, CJ, about that? That'd be really helpful because
You want me to share it right now?
That'd be wonderful. Yeah, let me go ahead and I'm going to turn this over to you and allow you to be host. So I'm switching over right now for you if you like. Cool.
Yeah, just hold on for 1 second.
There, and we'll do this. This will be really helpful, everyone, because my call last week, one of the calls I had last week was Peter's speech, and this guy's recruited 18 people, but personally, I recruited 200 people, but this guy passed me in rank advancement. So it's really important that we, here you go, CJ, just switch that over to you. But it's very important that we focus on how we rank advanced here so we can maximize our earnings.
Yeah, well, it's, although I have great respect for people such as you who are able to, bring in such huge amounts of people. But to be honest, that's not for everybody so obvious.
Right.
So I've learned that we have to, do I something right? No. So I have learned that, we have to start from the bottom up and give everybody a fighting chance to make it through the ranks. And if you got the superstars like you and Peter and other guys, that's awesome. But to be honest and fair, I don't think that you can say that is a representative picture of what the average person does in network marketing.
Of course. Uh-huh.
So what I say in that builder's phase is, this is you. Is where we have to start. And I work basically with a simple 5-step program. Use your products daily, step 1. Let people test your Healy, because we have a 96% customer satisfaction. From using and testing, you will get customers, which is a very important thing in network marketing, customers. Otherwise, you're building a pyramid scheme, and the FTC is watching, so we don't want that. So we have to have real customers. Step 4 is, if you have customers, you can build your team with members. And if you have your members, you can duplicate the whole 5 steps with your new team partner. So from step 3, the first thing we want to do is get your first 1 or 2 customers in. And they should do at least 100 PV in points. Probably it will be more, but at least 100 points. I just show the minimum of the minimum here.
Okay.
Then step 4, create your team members, get 2 people in. And those 2 people have to at least start with a gold package, 250 points. So altogether, this would mean you have a total of 600 points, and that would qualify you as a builder.
Perfect.
And of course, if people come in with bigger packages, do other stuff, that's great. But this is really the bottom end, what I'm trying to show here.
Mm-hmm.
So this is phase 1, as I call it.
Nice.
Now we're going to phase 2, and in phase 2, this is our starting position. It's you with 2 customers and 2 members. So since I said we want to focus on becoming builders, I now turn my focus on my 2 members that I've got to get them their first 1 or 2 customers, step 3 in the 5-step program. Then I help them to get their first 2 people into their business, the first members. So altogether, their group volume is 600 points, and that would qualify them for a builder, and it would re-qualify you as a builder. And then 1 step further, if we go to phase 3, this is my starting position. I have 2 frontline members. I have 4 members on my second line. And now I focus with my team on those 4 people to get them their first customers as soon as possible. Get them the first 2 people in the business, having at least 600 points in group volume. And that would qualify those people as a builder. It would re-qualify my first 2 lines as a builder. And because the volume is over 2,500 points, it qualifies me as a team leader. So what is happening right now is that if I'm on the U position, I only brought in 2 people at this time. But from those 2 people, I developed now a small team of 14 people. And 14 people times 600 points is a certain amount of volume. So you're earning money. It's not the big money yet, but you're earning money. So probably you earn your starter package back really quickly in this way. That's one thing. You become a team leader, so you get your rank achievement bonus. And now you start looking upwards to see what ranks do I have more to achieve. Well, I always say, hit for director first. So from the compensation plan, we know that the director needs to do 50,000 points in volume in a cycle in a month. And he has to have 2 senior managers personally sponsored. One can come from overspill.
Okay.
So how do I create senior managers? Well, a person has to have 25,000 points and 2 managers personally sponsored. One can come from overspill. A manager needs to do 12,500 points, needs to get at least 3 senior team leaders. A senior team leader needs to get 2 team leaders. And how you become a team leader is what I just showed you with 14 builders. So now I mapped out the way how to become a director. And you just can fill in the positions now. Who are my team leaders? Who are my senior team leaders? Who do I have 2? Oh, I need 1 more. Who are my managers? Oh, I got 1. I need 1 more. So now you can, if you will, play the game, but now you can map it out and put actual people on those positions. And, even without the back office, it's now you have an overview on what's happening in your organization. Of course, if we have a magnificent back office that we will get, it's a little bit more easy, but we are entrepreneurs. So we find a problem and solve the problem. So we find a problem. Hey, back office is a little bit of a challenge. Okay, I solve it. Here is your solution. So this is basically a very quick and simple duplicatable way for starters to first hit team leader, and from team leader go up into the higher ranks in the compensation plan.
Yeah, that's really helpful. When we had Peter's speech go to the compensation plan, he didn't cover this, so really appreciate you touching base on this to give us some goals, especially during this special promotion going on, so people can really maximize that. CJ, just to clarify, you said that on that last one to hit director, you can have one doesn't have to be personally sponsored by you, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
One can be from spillover. Okay.
But not every, if you are in a situation where you have an upline that's really active and working, then you might be lucky, but not everybody is maybe in that position. So then actually you have to do 2.
Gotcha. So, but it has to, that person has to be underneath like one of your people. It can't be spillover from above. It can be spillover from above. No.
One can be spillover and one has to be personally sponsored.
I see. Okay. Gotcha.
And if you don't have the spillover, you have to have 2 personally sponsored, 1 left, 1 right.
Perfect. CJ, can you tell us a little, it's always interesting to learn people's past in the network marketing industry. Can you share with us like how long you've been involved in it, what companies and how all roads have led to Healy here with us here?
Well, I've been involved in network marketing since 2008. So roughly 12 years right now. I've been in 5 companies. My first company I worked in for 7 years. And then the management did some crazy stuff, so to say. So I had to leave that company. And then, I was looking for, as we call it in network marketing, a home. Because I believe that nobody really wants to change companies, and you only do it either for the greed, for the money, or because you have to. So it's either one of the 2. And in my case, I can only say it was not the first option, but always the last option. I had to change companies because certain events took place that no other choice was left for me. But in each of the 5 companies, I reached the highest leadership ranks and the international leadership teams. And I always say to people, if you do it once, you can be lucky. And if you do it twice, maybe you're super lucky. But if you do it 3 times, 4 times, 5 times, I don't think it's luck anymore. So obviously you understood how the game is working. And that's what's wondering, well, to be honest, maybe also not, but, still we are getting people into this industry every day that think that, they know it better, that everything needs to be changed, etc. And I can understand that because I was that guy 12 years ago. I thought that everything needed to be changed, everything could be simpler, everything could be done different. And I did a hell of a job to do so. But I failed gloriously. So my first 3 years in network marketing, I had no team, I had no volume, and therefore no income. So I always ask people, if you had in 3 years, no income in Healy, no real team, how long would you stay in this company? I think most people would be gone, right?
Yeah, oh, yeah, for sure.
So why did I stay? Because I understood that it was not the company or the products that I was working with, but it was me. I wasn't teachable at that moment. So 2011, we had another crisis. At that time, it was the financial crisis. I don't know if you can remember that. But as an architect, because I'm an architect by profession, I lost about 80% of my revenue in 6 months' time. So at that time, the world was not so funny anymore because I could not pay my bills. So I had two choices: either go bankrupt, but in the Netherlands, that's not so sexy. It's a totally different story. It's never fun. But in the United States, you get a second chance. In the Netherlands, you don't. So that was not really an option. And the other thing was to start listening to mentors in network marketing that I had. My mentor had 700,000 people in his team, but I think that I could do better than him. So that's ego. So at that time, I chose to be teachable. And I went back to my mentor and said, so-and-so is the situation. Will you help me? And then he said one profound thing to me. He said, Christian, of course, we are always willing to help everybody. So also you. But are you willing to be helped right now? So what would you say if a guy that's earning millions and millions says, do you want to be helped?
Right.
So my ego said no. But my bank account said yes. So finally, I listened to my bank account. So I did the smart thing, I guess. And I let myself be trained and guided for 1 year. And in that year, I came to a level where I was earning part-time in network marketing with 10 to 12 hours a week, next to my 80 to 90 hours working as an architect. I earned as much as an architect.
Awesome.
And for me, this is the place that I want to get people to. Because if you come at that point, you have options. And I love options. And to be honest, most people never get to a point in their life where they have options. They always have to work, have to do something to get the money in, because otherwise, how soon will you get into financial trouble? Be honest.
Yeah, most live paycheck to paycheck. Yeah.
Paycheck to paycheck, 30 days. That's your window. You're one major disaster away from bankruptcy. So I learned at that time that, if I could achieve that with 10 to 12 hours a week, what could I do if I do it 40 hours a week or 60 hours a week? So then I flipped the coin and I raised my network marketing activity and I scaled back my architectural activity. And, that's how I started working internationally, was able to build in 27 countries around the world, which made me a richer man. And richer, I don't mean money-wise, but in personal development. Yeah. Because if you travel around the world and you get to know new cultures and, try to do business in South Africa, try to do business in Vietnam, try to do business in Italy, it's a different story. And that's where you grow. And when you grow, everything grows. So also your paycheck.
CJ, I remember when that question was asked to me. There was a mentor. I remember I was sitting in a parking lot and I was working with Isogenics back in the day. My first network besides Amway when I was 18, right? But my first shot was with Isogenics. And I remember my coach at that time, well, before he was coach, my coach, his question was, are you coachable and teachable? And I said, yes, I will do whatever it takes to be successful. And it's really important that we ask these questions as leaders to the new people that come into this, because a lot of times they're focused on their boss telling them things, but we have to be given permission. They have to drop their ego down and let us really get in, and because we genuinely want to help these people. I mean, the more success others have, the more we move up at the same time. That's what I love so much. And they have the opportunity also to surpass us in this. So I think that's a really important point right there, is people admitting that they're coachable and teachable, and really meaning that right there. Actions speak louder than words, right?
And documentation beats conversation.
Yes. That's awesome. So CJ, when you saw I asked Carson this the other day as well, when you saw the Healy opportunity, what thoughts crossed your mind, or what potential did you see with our great company?
Well, that's another story.
Yeah, I love your stories. Go ahead.
But as we say in network marketing, facts tell and stories sell. So here we go.
Okay, noted.
I was invited to a meeting in Munich, in Frankfurt, by my sponsor, friend, mentor, George Duller. You know, we all probably know him, and if you don't know him, you will get to know him. And he called me up and they said, you know, tomorrow you have to be in Frankfurt. And whenever you get a call like that, you know what it is about. And if you are at a certain level in network marketing, you know it's the next company. And I said, I don't want to go to a next company. I don't want it.
Done.
He said, get your butt into your car and make sure that you are here tomorrow morning. So I set my butt in my car and I went out there, and I came into that meeting, and sure enough, banners of another company. And I thought, oh my gosh, this is not what I want. So it is about a 4-hour drive. So I said, you know, driving back is also something stupid. So at least let's hear what they have to say. Yeah. So I got to hear some people from the company like Frank Deiler, our CSO, but more importantly, a guy flew in from Geneva because he wasn't even in Frankfurt, but in the afternoon he came flying in from Geneva, and it turned out to be Markus Schmieke. And if you ever saw Markus Schmieke on a call or a conference or whatever, to me, he's a funny guy. You know, he's a highly intelligent guy, absolutely, but he's funny. The way he dresses, you know, it's not a type of person, which is not a qualification of right or wrong, absolutely not. But, you know, there is a difference.
Reminds me of Mr. Rogers.
Sorry?
He reminds me of Mr. Rogers a little bit.
Yeah. So I was thinking, oh my gosh, what will this be? So then he began talking, and he talked about for 2.5 to 3 hours. And everybody was silent. And you could hear a pin drop on the floor. That's how silent it was. And I have to be honest, after that 3 hours, I didn't understand a word of what he said. You know, to me, it was if he came from another planet.
Right, yeah.
But there is a proof that it's about frequencies, because I felt something in me that said, you know, this is too big to pass up. And I had to remind of a quote from Sir Richard Branson. And Sir Richard Branson says, if someone offers you an opportunity and you don't know how to do it, just say yes, and you will figure out later how to do it.
Yes.
So that's what I did. I said on the spot, yes. And I drove back with one of my partners back to the Netherlands. And I was thinking, what the peep did I say yes to right now? So that's how the journey started. And, you know, you guys have to remember, you know, we are in the USA. We are now 3-4 months down the road. But at that time, the company had about 6 weeks of preparation time. So there was no back office. There was no tools. There was no nothing. There was only a small device here, that thing that we all know and now love, that Healy, a bunch of guys and some girls with good intentions, and that was Healy 18 months ago. So sometimes people are now, you know, a little bit frustrated and angry about the things that are happening in the United States, which I can understand to a certain level. But I say to those guys, you know, remember how we started, you know, way back 18 months ago. We had nothing.
Yeah.
Really nothing. And we didn't even know how the damn device worked. So people were asking, how does a resonance work? Probably it will, I don't know. So that was the level where we started. And see where we are right now in 18 months. And you know, is everything perfect? No, by all means, no. But the question is, A, will it ever be perfect? Answer is no. B, does it need to be perfect? Answer no. Because I know companies in this industry who are 30, 40 years on this market, and they don't have it right after 40 years. They still are struggling with things. So it's an illusion to wish for things to be perfect. You know, as an entrepreneur, you know, if things are 60, 65% okay, full throttle, full out, both legs in. And the rest, you know, we will figure it out along the way somehow. Yeah, how? I don't know. We will figure it out. Just go.
Yes, yes.
And that's something that, you know, the non-entrepreneurs sometimes struggle with, because they are used, you know, to have things, you know, organized for them and be correct, and so they can go. But this is not a job. Here you create your own future. That's a totally different story. So I always say, if we can do the kinds of volume that we are doing right now with all the situations that we have, can you imagine what we will do if we get it 10% better, 20% better, 30% better than now?
Big time.
This baby will fly. This baby will fly so high, you have no idea.
And I can share with your experience. I've been with Healy for now about, I don't know, 14, 15 months. So here I was growing a business, and just, I trusted the upline, trusted the leaders and the vision, and just kept building. The numbers never were accurate in the back office. The numbers probably aren't accurate in our back office today, but we get a paycheck and life goes on. And I also want to touch base on what you said about when you went to what a difference in the meetings. You know, imagine this compared to like a Visalis event or something in the past where network marketing's all been about hype. Then you come to a Healy meeting and some of this hype going on, you can hear a pin drop. That's kind of interesting right there, the contrast, right?
Yeah, absolutely. So we attract a totally different kind of people to Healy, and that's beautiful.
It really is a beautiful thing. Let's touch base on just it being COVID right now and people losing their jobs and looking for a genuine opportunity. I mean, it really seems like the perfect storm. Wouldn't you agree? The Healy opportunity right now?
Yeah, what I learned from my mentor is that he said, you know, network marketing is a great opportunity when the economy is good. But network marketing is such a greater opportunity when the economy is bad. And I've lived that now 2 times. You know, 2011, when I was in a struggling position myself and I fought my way out of it in a bad situation. And now history tends to repeat itself with COVID. So business is exploding, you know, with the kinds of volume that we do in the last 4 or 5 months. It's ridiculous. And mainly through you guys in the United States, because you are the biggest part of the volume right now. So, but still, I think, you know, we have not even scratched the surface of what we can do. Because, you know, tens of millions of people in the United States alone have lost their job, have lost their business, will lose their job or business in the next few months, because I hate to bring the bad news, but the worst is yet to come, in my opinion. So it is a true privilege to have a network marketing company in the form with Healy, because it will, if you do it right, it means your ticket out. And, you know, if you're willing to be teachable, if you're willing to follow the people who are doing successful things and try to model that, duplicate that, then that's your way out. And maybe you have to set aside your ego. I don't know. I had to do it, so I understand if this is you. But, you know, if you are able to do that, you know, there's literally nothing holding you back to achieve whatever you want to achieve. And we see amazing things. We see people here in the shortest amount of time. And Ryan, you are a testimony to that. You know, for the time that you've been in this company and the things you have achieved, you know, that's miraculous. And that's a great example. So I always tell in my trainings the story about the apple pie. You know, if you want to bake an apple pie, then you go to the supermarket and you buy a package of apple pie mix. And on the front, there is a beautiful picture of an apple pie. And oh man, you get hungry because you want to get that apple pie. The question is, how do I get that apple pie? Well, it's very simple. Basically, you turn the package around and on the back, there are the ingredients and a step-by-step plan how to bake that apple pie. And if you follow those instructions to a T, it's guaranteed by that apple pie company that you get an apple pie. Yeah. And network marketing, to me, is exactly the same. Because you want to look something, you want to have something that we present on the stage or on the Zoom, whatever. Well, that's nice. How to get it? Look at the back. We give you the ingredients. We give you the step-by-step instructions what to do. But just as with an apple pie, if you don't follow the instructions, it can happen that your apple pie comes out the oven black or like a plum pudding. Yeah. So don't blame the apple pie company, but blame yourself for not following the instructions. Yeah. So in network marketing, it's the same. You know, if you follow the instructions, I almost can guarantee you the result. I have to be careful here, so disclaimer. But if you want to do it your way and you hit the wall, don't look at the company. Don't look at the products that you're working with. See, and basically this industry is 90 years old, depending on who you consider the first. I always say Heinz Ketchup. That was the first network marketing company. But everything has been said and done and tried in this company for the last 90 years. There's actually really nothing new. So why reinvent the wheel if we already know how to do it? So you give the answer to that and I will shut up.
That's good, great advice right there. CJ, we're making this video kind of short because I know you have another webinar here right away.
Yeah, we got another 10 minutes or so that's good.
What kind of health benefits have you personally noticed? Like, how has the Healy device changed your life besides the income standpoint?
Well, if you know me, I'm a relatively big guy and I got some kilos too much. And I'm not lazy, but I don't have really time to go to the gym, etc. I see Ryan in his home with his gym working. Well, I can, maybe I can, but let me put it to me, you know, I'm not doing that.
Another apple pie that you're not making right now, right?
So I got a few kilos too much. Let me put it like that. So what I asked when I got into Healy, I said, you know, do you have a weight loss program? And at that time, not really a standard program, but one of the therapists, they had a program which they developed for frequencies to lose weight. And I said, okay, if this works, hey, I'm your best customer. So get me that program and I will try it. So I got that program from Martina Kondritz. She's from Germany, one of my favorite therapists in Healy. And I started using that program. And in about 6 weeks to 7 weeks, I lost about 11 centimeters on my chest and 15 centimeters on my belly. So I don't calculate in kilos because I don't care so much about kilos. I looked about, you know, how big you are. So 11 centimeters in 6 weeks on your chest and 15 centimeters on your belly, that's not too bad. I don't know how much it is in inches, but you guys calculate in inches. But you got a conversion on Google, so transform centimeters to inches and you got your answer. So I said, whoa, that's amazing, you know, because I'm probably the most lazy weight loss person in the world. But if I can lose that weight with that frequency program, man, this is going to hit it out of the ballpark. So that's one of my biggest health advantages that I got. I can name a few more, you know, the energy program is good for me. I had some problems with my lymph system in English. So when I fly, and I fly a lot, you know, my lower leg, you know, it gets from this to that. And that hurts because your skin can only stretch so much. So that's not fun. And if you travel a lot, that's a problem. So I don't have that problem anymore either. So apparently my lymph system is back in order again. So yeah, I'm a pretty happy customer with Healy.
Hey CJ, could you please make me host again? We got someone trying to get in the group actually right now. That's a good testimonial. I usually get like a little bit of cellulite on my side during the winter months and stuff like this. And since using the Healy, I noticed I didn't really have that happen this winter. So that was good right there when I first got involved. Wonderful. You know, let me see. I can't really think of any other questions I have at this time. We're just really excited to have you with us as we get to know the leadership over at Healy, and we're having the best people on this podcast. So let these people in here. I'm going to turn this over to for you guys to ask a few questions of our wonderful leader CJ here. So I'm going to feel free to unmute yourself if you have any questions for CJ. Anyone? Sorry about the delay on letting some of them in here. Go.
I made you a host, Ryan, so.
Yeah, I got them all in. Thank you. Does anyone have any questions for CJ here?
I have a question for CJ.
Okay.
Hey, Ashanti.
Hi. So CJ, I've been suffering with hypothyroid for about 18 years. It started off as hyper, and it went over to hypo. And like you said, going to the gym, I can go to the gym, but I only gain muscle mass. Like I'm not losing any type of weight because my weight fluctuates. I'm overexhausted all the time. I'm tired, like constantly tired. And I just want to know, would that be something good for me?
Well, as you know, we are not doctors, so I'm not allowed to give you that medical advice here. But if you have access to the DNSA bundles, to our Healy advisor, then put that question into the advisor app and you will get your answer from one of our experts.
I'm just curious how often.
Okay, great.
How often are you using the Healy, Ashanti?
I'm just starting. A friend of mine is actually into it, and she brought it to my attention. And she, she's experimenting with me, of course, to see if it brings about different changes on the sluggish feelings and things of that nature. So I was just asking beforehand, would it be
And
something
it's me,
good for
Ryan,
me?
Black Hippie. I'm going to be helping my friend. I put her on the Zoom call today as well.
I'm not sure what that is.
Can you hear us?
What's Black Hippie? I hear you. I think we're still in the middle of this conversation though.
Hello?
Yeah. Hello.
Oh, I was saying it's me as well, the Black Hippie girl who's always on your Zoom calls. It's my friend.
Okay.
And I just put her on the Zoom call today. And I'm going to be, using my Healy Health Plus on her. So I guess we're just trying to make sure we're, because I don't have the Renaissance to scan her, but I have gotten a couple of good frequency options from the groups and stuff like that.
What I recommend in this case is, CJ, first of all, how many hours a day do you use Healy?
Probably, we recommend 3 to 4 programs a day. That's what the company recommends, but it has to do with your overall fitness of your body. If you're a fit person, you can do perhaps a little bit more. If you have some issues, then I would not recommend to do more.
Yeah, I mean, personally, I probably use 6 programs. I like to get a little extra credit in. So where I'm going with that is, when we're the best thing to do is try it for prolonged periods of time. If someone has an issue like this, just try it for more than an hour in a day. I would recommend going for like 2 hours and doing this back to back to back. And that's why it's nice that we have a return policy here so people can actually demo it for an amount of time. But it's the consistency of you doing it. And I still notice things getting better even, 15 months later that I've been with Healy. I'm still noticing improvements in myself and also other people around when they're doing it consistently as well. So that's my advice in that situation, Black Hippie and friend, is to do it a few hours a day, not just say, okay, well, I did one program today, I'm going to do a program 2 days from now or something like that.
Okay, for sure. We'll definitely, and we live in the same city, so we'll definitely be able to contact and have those intimate moments. So for sure.
That's the area of the thyroid, thyroid throat chakra. That's the thyroid area also. I think that could potentially, I'd recommend that.
Right, with good intentions, thinking positive, all that great stuff. All right, for sure. Definitely. And also, just a small point, I started using my crystal because I saw you have your crystal, so I'm gonna have her wear the crystal with her Healy and stuff too, like inspiration, man.
Yeah, we'll talk about that later on for sure.
All right, I'm muting.
Awesome, thank you. Sandy, do you have a question?
Yes, thank you. I'm sorry I came in late, so I might have missed some things, but with her question that she just asked, and I'm not going to ask a medical question, but CJ, do you happen to know, I have the Healy, all the apps, okay? And I put in some questions with conditions, and they said, you need an expert. And they never got back to me. And I noticed later on in my back office, it got put in as a ticket. And that was 3 months ago. Yeah, well, now, I notice if I put in symptoms, so Ashanti, if you do get that and you put in symptoms, they will give you protocols. But if you put in a condition, a medical condition, it'll tell you you need an expert. Has anyone gotten an expert?
Well, I cannot answer to individual questions because individual situations because I don't know them. I do know that if you are requesting an expert opinion, that it can take a while because we got a lot of those questions coming in right now and only a limited amount of experts that can answer. So there's a little bit of a backdraw, but I'm pretty sure that you will get your answer one way or the other. So please hang in there for a while.
Okay, well, thank you for that because I was wondering if there was something else I needed to do. Thanks.
You're welcome.
On that, may I add as well, to CJ's point, Sandy, you can go ahead and connect directly with some of the time waiver specialists. And I think on, if you're on Ryan's page, some of that information is there. There's a handful of time waiver specialists that you can go directly to and work with.
Of course. I just thought that was the benefit of the app, you know, that I was going to get some protocols to give to some people.
Oh, there's a huge benefit to that app, but I just didn't know if you knew you could go directly to them as well. But I'm going to go ahead and mute.
Thank you.
CJ.
Yeah, thank you. And I believe we had one more question here we'll get to, which Cindy, go ahead too.
Hi, thank you. Thank you, Christian, for doing this today, CJ. I missed your Sunday night. I was on the highway and couldn't catch your thing Sunday night, and then I found out you didn't record, so I'm so glad I got this opportunity today. What's protocol? Even though I've been on other network marketing things, I've never really built a business with it. I just use it for myself, but this is an opportunity. I'm at a time in my life where those options there, you know, it's to my advantage finally, I guess. Anyway, I'm curious, what's the protocol if you're upline? How far up? So I'm wanting to make money with this business, but my immediate person upline isn't there. How do I do that? What's the protocol? Do I just continue going up my line till I find somebody who will help me with this? Because I haven't even heard a full compensation program from anybody yet, and I've been doing this now since June, and I'm catching a Healy Zoom every day, and sometimes 2 and 3 a day. So I'm really trying to learn what I need to learn, use it. It's brought me out of my dark night of the soul. I'm ready to do what I need to do, but I'm just not quite sure where to even go find that right now.
Well, first of all, credits for all you do. So that's an amazing story. So very proud of you of all you do.
Thank you.
And to try to give an answer to your question, yeah, well, basically the first step is to go and see into your upline who is there that you have a connection with, because I think that's also a very important thing, that you meet somebody in your upline structure that you connect with, you know, that you have a good feeling on working with. If, however, that fails, it can happen, you know, then look in the rest of the organization. And if you find somebody that you feel that you are connected to, just ask that person, say, hey, are you willing to work with me? And some people do, and some people don't. So it's always the other person that decides yes or no, because you cannot force them. But what I see in Healy is that we are really cooperative in helping each other, also in cross lines. And so I think that's an amazing opportunity. Also, as a leadership, we agreed upon that we would do that. And we try to duplicate that culture down into the teams. And, you know, it will never be perfect. But I'm pretty sure that if you reach out to some people that you feel connected to, that they will help you with some steps along your way, so that you can at least get going.
Thank you. I appreciate that so much. And that's one of the reasons I love Healy, because of the value system so much aligns with who I am and where I'm at with that cooperation, not competition thing. So I absolutely love that. And thank you very much. Thank you for doing this today. I appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Thank you. I love this saying, collaboration is the new competition. And here's CJ, our cross lines, and we really want to weave these cross lines together, make sure that people are having help. And I just thought about also, when we join a business, this is a business, and you don't necessarily need to join the first person that tells you about this. I mean, I'd say for new people coming in, you know, go for the people that, you know, make sure you're teaming up with someone that's very serious about this business. I know that I can really count on my upline, because I'm making them a lot of money. But I don't really need my upline much anymore. I'd rather work with my genealogy, but sometimes we just have that certain person that we want to work with. So I would just kind of work your way up the ranks there. Maybe your sponsor will take more action once you blow it out of the water underneath them. So
thank you.
You're welcome.
Appreciate it.
Heather, did you have a question?
I do, actually. I'm new to your call. This is my first time being here, and I've listened to Christian a few times. CJ, you're awesome. Thank you.
Thank you.
I was just wondering, like, how, like, I saw where you're recording this today. Like, how can I, like, go back and listen to it again? Because I take notes as I go, but, I mean, there's just so much there. And I was just wondering, like, how can I go back and listen to, like, your recording today, Ryan?
Yeah, sure. If you just type in Ryan Conley and Healy, it'll pop up on YouTube. And I have a main YouTube channel there that has all my Healy videos on it. So just Conley, my last name, and Healy, and you're going to pop up lots of videos. I do a lot of content here. So yes, appreciate you all subscribing and catching. We've had some great interviews here. So
that's awesome. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you for being here.
Thanks, CJ.
Welcome.
CJ, I know you got to get ready for your next one. I'll give you a little breather to decompress before your next call, but thank you so much for being here. And next week, we got Max Glockner coming next week, which is going to be exciting. So he's traveling a whole bunch, but I don't know if Max is going to be Tuesday or Thursday. He's really living a great Healy lifestyle and has a different vibe to it. So I'm trying to come up with different topics and stuff. You really did a great job today talking about the rank advancement, better than Peter's speech. Peter's speech talks about the river and the binary system, but it's important for us to know how to rank up there. I think that's duplication is very important. So you guys, thank you so much as well for being here today. And let's have a blessed rest of the week ahead. And we'll see you next Tuesday at 9 a.m. Pacific, okay?
Thank you, guys. Have an awesome day over there. Bye-bye.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Take care.
Thank you.